What up, though, y'all? It's your boy Bill. I ain't using my intro today because I'm using a different device. And the one I'm using today is acting crazy when I try to add it in there. So I'm going to just skip over it today. Hopefully it'll be malfunctioning the right way another time. But I'm going to tell y'all about the drugs in prison and the crazy thing people do on it and for it. Pretty much the same drugs that's out here on the streets is the same drugs that's in there in the prison. You got to understand, they don't sell that on commissary in the prison. So, like, some people be like, what? They got that in there? They got that, they got that. It's the same stuff out here. It comes from out here and go in there. So, the thing that, like, baffled me the most that I never knew, and I'm not trying to be funny, say nothing to offend a particular race or nothing like that. I never knew black people did methamphetamines, aka ice, aka cream. I never really realized so many black people was hooked on that stuff until probably like my second, third year locked up. I've always looked at that something like, that's something white boys do or something. I just never knew. I've always felt like when I was younger that, smoking weed, I knew a lot of black folks that snort powder, smoke weed, drink liquor. That's how I looked at it. I never thought like ice cream, methamphetamines, that's what they doing. So probably on like my second year in, that's when it really hit me like, yeah, this is really what they doing. I got I got several videos that I myself recorded and some other people recorded showing people on the inside wigging out, what they call wigging, when they get on the drugs and start acting crazy. I tried to insert it in here, but it was acting crazy. I don't know, I'm gonna try to do it again, but I'm gonna tell you, I was locked up, probably was 2017, and I ran across this dude, we used to call him B. Gray. And this was the first time, I was at this prison for about 2 years at the point, but this was the first time I actually had a real encounter with like seeing somebody up close and personal doing cream, a black dude. I had got a new roommate, and he came in the room probably a couple hours later. He was like, he was standing in his box, inside the locker box, doing something. I wasn't really paying him no attention. And he was like, Bill, you ain't got no problem with this, do you, bro? I was like, no problem with what? And he opened the box up, and he had some cream. He was using a deodorant bottle. He was using the top of it to smush it up because it's like a crystal. It's in a crystal form. He was using a deodorant bottle to smush it up and turn it into a powdered form. So I'm like, shit, that ain't got nothing to do with me, bro. I don't care. So he was like, all right, I just ain't want to offend you, bro. I holler at all my roommates before I do it in the room and see how they feel about it. But like I said, I felt like I ain't care. That wasn't my business. So he went to doing it right then and there. And I was like, damn, it's crazy. And he used to do stuff like, whenever them folk do that, they can't go to sleep. They up all night. This room is only so big. You pacing back and forth on the floor all night, just walking back and forth. Got me about paranoid as hell, because now I can't go to sleep, because I feel like I got to watch you, because I know the drug had you moving around nonstop. They say it had you hearing stuff, seeing stuff. I guess it just affect every person different. So one day, about 2 weeks later, I was on the top range. I was walking down. He was at the bottom of the steps. He was like, "Hey, Bill." I was like, "What's up?" He was like, "You don't fuck with the Krenak?" So I said, "What?" He was like, "You don't fuck with the Krenak?" Now, Krenak, basically crack, is just a nickname that the people that don't do the ice gave it because they were saying the people who do it is basically crackheads. That's what they would call them. They would call them crackheads. So they just came up with a slang for it and started calling it Krenak. And I'm like, hell no, I don't do no. So, you know what I'm saying? He like, oh, my bad. I ain't trying to offend you or nothing. I just ain't know. You know what I'm saying? He said he was trying to, he was looking for a bus partner. Now, basically, that just means he wants somebody to go in half with him on buying something. If he wants something that costs $25, but he only got $12.50. So he finds somebody else that got $12.50, they could split it when they get it. So I told him, nah, bro, I don't even do no stuff like that. So he like, all right, cool. So one day, man, this was the very, very first time. I'm not just gonna say him, because after this, it became like I was seeing it and hearing it over and over, like different prisons, different people. But this was the first time I experienced a person like putting some type of press on their own family just to be able to get some cream. And his mother was an older woman. I think she was like early 60s. He was probably, B. Gray was probably like 30 back then. And man, we was in the room. I'll never forget this night. And he had it on speaker. Now, I done heard him talk to his mom a bunch of times. And, you know, she sounded like a sweet old lady. And he had it on speaker. It was ringing. It was ringing. Nobody answered. He hung up. He called right back. He looked over at me. I was getting up, getting ready to get off the bunk. And he looked straight at me and was like, hey, Bill, don't say nothing. I was like, what? He was like, don't say nothing. I'm like, hell, I'm going to say something in your conversation for? That's crazy. So he like, nah, I'm just telling you, don't say nothing. So I'm like, all right, whatever, bro. The lady answered the phone. She said, boy, I ain't answer because I'm at work, nah. What? I told you I'm going to be able to do that for you sometime next week. And I mean, man, her voice sounds sweet, like a sweet old lady. You know, she early 60s, still going to work, still, you know, trying to put money on her son's books and make sure he's straight, about stressing herself to death. And man, what that dude said out his mouth is something So after she said that, I'm talking about he changed his voice totally 100%. If I wasn't right there in the room with him, I would have thought he was probably crying or whatever. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Go. Damn dog keep jumping on me. My bad, y'all. So if I wasn't in the room right there with him, I probably would have thought that he had something serious going on. After she said what she said about being at work, he like started yelling and he was like, Ma, dude gonna kill me if I don't pay him his money. I told him I'm gonna have it next week, but he said he ain't waiting the next week because he think I'm trying him. And if he don't have his money today, he gonna kill me, Ma. Ma, please, they got these knives. They said they gonna tie me up and kill me, Ma. And man, I looked at the dude. When I looked at him, it was like anger just shot through my body. Like, I really wanted to say something, but you know, I'm in prison. I'm at a high security prison. Most of these guys got life sentences. I ain't just about to jump in nobody's business like that. Not about nothing like that. And she, like, you could tell she instantly panicked. She like, what? Baby, what? Are you hurt? Are you hurt? And then you could hear her in the background after she asked him, was he hurt? You could hear her in the background telling like one of her coworkers, I gotta go, it's an emergency, tell such and such, whatever the lady name was, tell such and such I had an emergency and I'll be back. This lady was leaving work to go and handle something for her son. She said, "Are you hurt? Are you hurt?" He said, "I'm good, Mom. I'm all right." But they pulled the knives out and they put it at my neck. They gang members, they said they gonna kill me if I don't get that money, if I don't pay it, Mom, I need it. So she was like, "I told you don't be owing nobody no damn money." And you could tell she was crying, man. She broke down crying. And she asked him, she said, "How much is it? It's 50, right?" Because he asked her for 50 a couple days earlier, and she told him she'd get it, but she can't get it this week because she had to pay some bills, and that it'll be next week before she could pay it. And he told her it's 100. He said, "Nah, I owe dude 100. It was 50, but he talking about because I'm late and I ain't been paying him. I ain't paid him nothing on it. He want 100, and he gonna kill me if I don't pay him. Mom, please just do it so I can get dude the money." So she was like, I'm talking about, she bust out crying, man. You could hear it on the phone. I'm talking about, it really hit me hard. I really wanted to get up and beat the hell out of him, but, you know, so she asked him how to do it. Back then, this when everybody was using green dots, them prepaid. Cash App, people was Cash Apping back then. I think that's around the time I first learned about it, probably 2017, but it was still a lot of people doing the green dot money pack. So he told her what to do. This woman done left work, done went and got on the bus. She wasn't driving. She left work, went and caught a bus, went to Family Dollar, got him a green dot money pack for $100, and she read the numbers off to him. She got to scratch some numbers off the card. She scratched it off, read the numbers off to him. And while she was reading it off to him, you could load it through the website. So he was typing the numbers in while she was telling him. And when he hit enter, it popped up green on the screen. It said, "Successful, $100 has been added to your card." And he was like, "Okay, thank you, Mom. Let me go pay this dude this money real quick." And it was so sad. The lady was like, "No, don't hang up the phone with me. Go up there. I want to hear and make sure you okay. I want to make sure ain't nobody about to hurt you. Go up there and let me hear the dude tell you, okay, it's all good. I want to hear it." So he was like, all right. He put the phone on mute and looked at me and said, "Hey, Bill, bro, you gonna act like, just act like I owed you. Woo, 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 woo." Man, before he could even finish the sentence, I told him, "Get the fuck out of my face. I'm not acting like nothing. That's lame. You was a real sucker for that." So he just looked at me like, "Man, you tripping," and walked out the room. He went and found somebody else to do it. So about an hour later, he came back in the room. He had a bag of food. He had some more of the cream, and he had some, I think he bought some cigarettes with some of it too. And he told me like, "Bro, you want something to eat, bro? You want you a cigarette? You can get it, bro. Whoop, whoop, whoop." And I was so mad, bro. I looked down at him. I said, "Bro, how could you take your mama through that, bro? Your mama. This is an old woman. She's not even driving, bro. You just made her leave her job, go get on a bus. Like, how could you do that to your mama, bro?" And he was like, "Man, my mama strapped, bro. My mama go to work because she be bored. She don't be studying no money for real like that." I'm talking about missed the whole point of what I was just asking. Even if she is strapped and she worked because she bored, if that's the case, you wouldn't have to lie and play these type of games about no $100. But even if she was, even if that's true, why would you take this old woman through all that stress, that worry, that fear for somebody killing her son or stabbing her son? Like, why would you do that? That's lame, bro. I told him straight up, I look at you totally different now. You just made me, today I just lost a whole lot of respect for you, bro. And he ended up moving out the room with me and eventually went to the hole, went to another dorm, was in the dorm for about 2 weeks and got stabbed up. About what, I don't know. I think they said about some money. he ain't having somebody money on time or something like that. I don't know. But the point is, man, just the things people would do, how far a person is willing to go. That's how them drugs had your mind so messed up. That's why I be telling my little brothers and, you know, other little teenagers and people I be talking to, like, bro, stay away from them drugs, bro. That's not it. That stuff will really have your mind gone to the point. I'm talking about it's like you lose morals. You just lose a lot of things, like certain things you would have never done before it had you doing, you know what I'm saying? And that is a very common game people play in prison when they want some money. And it's so hard for the family members or the loved ones because it's like, even some of them be hip to it. They be like, man, you better not be playing no games. So they already got a feeling. But at the same time, you don't want to not send the money and then he be going through that for real. And then something happened to him, you'll feel guilty for the rest of your life. So, yeah, man, that was that. I'm gone for now.